Hey guys, welcome back to PoleArms. This is Doug. Pretty excited about tonight's video. So excited in fact that I hadn't even changed out of my work clothes. I think I told you in a previous video, I'm a house painter. I have my own painting company here in the beautiful bluegrass state of Kentucky, and really just wanted to come home and shoot this video and show you my new toy. So yeah, in my work clothes, I grabbed my video making hat from OHT, and we're off to the races. So without further ado, I want to show you all my new competition gun. Just came in last night. Hardly had a chance to look at it, to unbox it and kind of look it over. All day at work today, I was thinking about coming home and taking a closer look and shooting this video for you guys. But I ordered for my new match gun for IDPA a brand new Canik, and it is pronounced Canik. You can pronounce it Canik if you would like. It's up to you, but I'm going to go ahead and pronounce it Canik because that's just how it's supposed to be pronounced. So I've heard. The new Canik TP9 SFL. That's a mouthful. I had to make sure I got it all right. The Canik TP9 SFL. And that all stands for Turkish Pistol 9mm Special Forces Long. Thus the long barrel. So I'm going to turn the camera around. We're going to do a mock unboxing. Obviously it's already out of the box, but I'll open her up for you and show what came with it, and we'll get to it, talk a little bit more about it. Okay, so here is the hard case. The Canik TP9 SFL came in. It is a very solid hard case, which I like. You know, it's not a flimsy cardboard box or a zipper pouch. It is a solid logo emblazoned hard case, which I like. We're opening her up. And this is how she comes. Obviously, you have a registration card. You know, join the NRA card. Then the important stuff. You have the pistol. Obviously, it comes packed in the included polymer holster, which is phenomenal. That is just awesome. Haven't actually had a chance to, like I said, this just came in last night. I've really just had a chance to look it over, and so I don't know, how great this holster is. I've seen different reviews online. Some say it works just fine. It's it's a positive review for the holster. I've seen other people kind of dog it a little bit, but it's free. It's included. So right out of the box, you can go and shoot this in competition or wherever else. You don't have to mount that crazy search for a holster that fits your gun, especially one that's not as super common as some of the other pistols out there. So yeah, it's just a friction fit retention. There is a little retention paddle back here. I've heard people complain, comparing it to like a Blackhawk or a Serpa style holster that has a depression button that you would activate with your trigger finger, push it down on the draw. But this is not that. Okay, so everyone out there that's complaining about it being on the inside and you can't actually reach it, well, you're not supposed to. That's not what it is. That is just a friction retention. That is just that grabs onto the trigger guard. It keeps it in place, keeps it from falling out. You unfortunately cannot adjust the tension anywhere, so that is a downside. But that is not a button that you activate with your finger. That is just a passive retention holster. See on the back. Also, I'll jump into this section here so that we can get into the rest of the holster. It's a paddle holster, paddle style holster, so it comes with the paddle. Obviously, they would fit together like that. The great thing about this that I'm seeing just from looking at it for the first time is that with all of these radiating detents on the holster and the paddle, that means you can really change the cant really to any degree that you want, which is awesome. I know that most holsters that give you the option of changing the ride height and the cant, you're really only left with one option, really. Usually it's either straight up and down, or you have usually like a 15-degree forward FBI cant, I believe they call it. But it looks like with this, you can really notch it, a degree at a time and get the perfect custom cant for your pistol. So I think that is pretty cool. So we'll go ahead and put that back. And no matter what you have to say about the holster, it's free, guys. So take it or leave it, but it's free. While we have this compartment open, can't really see that on camera, can you? Let's see here. The upper compartment, so yeah, has the paddle for the holster, your operator's manual. Obviously, usually a good idea just to kind of flip through that when you get a brand new gun. Also, a cleaning brush, as well as a ramrod for your cleaning cloths, your cleaning pads. So just a little cleaning kit. If you're like me, I never use the ones that come with my guns. I have various cleaning kits that I always go to, but I guess it's a nice thing to have, especially if you don't have one, because you got to keep your guns clean, folks. We all know that, right? Okay, so close up that section there. Bring the camera back down. Sorry, there we go. And we'll get back into what else comes with it. Comes with a thumb brake strap. You can see there's a button there on the holster. So if you choose, if you're the kind of shooter that likes to have that leather, I'm sure it's pleather. I'm sure, I don't know if it's necessarily real leather or not, but there you go. Little thumb brake strap. I guess this one realistically is more of a trigger finger brake than a thumb brake. But it's there if you choose, so that's good that they provide you the option to accommodate different shooters. It shows they actually put some thought into the fact that not all shooters are the same. People like different things, different styles of things, including their holster and the way they carry. So I think it's kind of cool that they added that. I will not be using it. I'm happy. This is going to be a competition gun. I'm not going to be running marathons wearing the thing. And this passive retention without the strap is just fine for my needs. So that is how I will rock it. But it's there if you want it, guys. Also comes with a trigger lock. This is the first gun I have ever bought that comes with a trigger lock like this, not a cable lock. Every single gun that I've ever purchased has come with one of those guys. So this is kind of new for me. I've seen in certain stores that carry this Canik model on the shelf. They have this trigger guard in place. So I don't know if it's a new new regulation, a new law. I don't know if all guns have switched over to this style lock as opposed to the cable lock. I don't know, but it is included with this pistol. So there you go. Also, kind of a big deal, which I like. Again, catering to different shooters and different styles of shooters and what they like. It comes with a replacement backstrap. Obviously, it comes shipped with one in place. Actually, this is the one, the more just straight kind of 1911 style backstrap. It actually came with this one in place. And when I was messing around with it earlier, like I said, I had a chance to give it a look over and play with it just a little bit. But what I did, I went ahead and switched out with the larger backstrap, the more rounded backstrap, which really kind of fits in my palm a lot nicer. Just kind of really gives me that good good combat grip. That it melds well with my palm, with my hand. So I did go ahead and switch that out. And just real quick, well, let me get into another good point there. So you have the replacement backstrap. It also comes with a little set of instructions on how to switch out your backstrap, and it also comes with a little punch. Okay, because if you're going to switch out the backstrap, what you're going to do is right here you have a pin, and you can see it through that opening in the back. Okay, so you have a pin that goes all the way through, keeps that backstrap in place. The backstrap it slides in from the top, kind of like the battery compartment on a remote control. That's the best comparison I can make. It slides in that slot, you push it down into the groove, and then you put the pin back in, and it keeps it in place. Now I'm sure if you're like me, anybody that is a gun guy that likes to work on their own guns, whether it's replacing sights or what have you, probably have your own punch set. But if not, Canik has again thought about you as a customer and a shooter, and they have included their own little punch and instructions for how to do that. So I thought that was pretty cool. Everything I'm seeing here in this kit just really kind of is impressing me about Canik as a company. Again, it just seems like they're really about providing you with variety, versatility, adaptability in your gun. How you the grip, the holster, just the things they've included for you. It seems like they have your convenience in mind, and I really appreciate that. Especially having bought from the big companies in the past, whether it's Smith & Wesson, Beretta, Springfield, on down the line. Most of them seem to be pretty bare bones about about what they provide you. You're spending all this money on their guns, and they kind of fight you tooth and nail on providing any amenities, any extras. Everything is a la carte, and you have to kind of track it down and pay for it after the fact. So I do appreciate everything they're including. What else? I guess not last, but definitely not least. This pistol comes with two 18-round magazines. Okay, so obviously one is in the pistol, the other one's right here, 18 rounds. It also comes with a little 9mm loader, a little speed loader, which is nice. Again, you know, that's Canik thinking about the needs of their customers, the needs of a shooter. This is a competition style pistol. That's really its focus, its intent. So, you know, to provide you with a speed loader that makes your range time more efficient, makes your reloads in between stages or scenarios, depending on what kind of competition shooting you do. You know, something like this, you know, you might not use it. You might have your own already, but still, you know, it's free, and they've included it in this kit for you, thinking about you, the shooter. So I definitely appreciate that. I think that is it, guys. We've already talked about everything the kit comes with. So again, just very impressed, very impressed. The pistol itself, the SFL, the TP9 SFL. This is the follow-up, I believe. I believe this is the follow-up. I don't think it's the predecessor of the TP9 SFX. This is a more bare bones, stripped down version of the SFX, and I am pretty sure, and if I'm wrong, you know, please correct me in the comments, but I do believe this is the follow-up, not the predecessor. The SFX, really same exact gun. I know the slide comes in a Cerakote gray. I'm not sure the exact name of the color, but it is a Cerakote gray. I believe it has the same style trigger, and I've heard nothing but great things on YouTube about the Canik triggers on the SF line in general, specifically the SFX and the SFL. I believe it has the same trigger, again, different slide, same lightening, not lightning, lightening cuts in the slide. So you have the cuts in the top. You also have two cuts, two holes at the bottom. Let's see, the SFX has I believe an extended, and I'll try to throw up a picture later on after I finish shooting, so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. But it has the SFX has a more of an extended slide release, slide catch. It also comes with, and this is a pretty nice magazine release. Sorry about that, guys. I'm trying to reach around the tripod here, but this SFL, I mean, has a very nice, you know, pretty protruding, you know, out there mag release. So I'm happy with this. But the SFX, I guess, comes with, for my research, comes with three different sizes, three different extended sizes for their mag release. Again, just everything. It's really an out-of-the-box competition ready gun. So is this for my needs, but the SFX is really set up with a lot more versatility, a lot more options to custom fit it for your competition needs. So again, extended slide release, three different sizes of your mag release, and it also comes standard with two 20-round magazines. It's these standard 18 rounders with a +2 mag extension on them to give you 20 rounds. Now the SFL comes with Werner sights. So you have just the white dot front and the blacked out rear, which is really nice. I'm really anxious to get this to the range and see how those work out in live fire, but they look real nice. And again, I've seen a lot of things online that you know, people are really happy with them. The SFX, I believe, they're also Werner sights. also with blacked out rear, and I believe the SFX has a fiber optic front, I believe. Again, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think that's the setup. And then what else is different about the SFX? I feel like I'm forgetting one major component of what makes it different. Oh yeah, yeah, very major component that makes it different. The SFX is optics ready. Okay, so the SFX actually has removable panels. I believe it comes with 3 different sized panels so that you can put an optic. You can put a red dot up on top, and it comes with 3 different sizes to accommodate, I guess, all of the major brands of pistol red dots. So yes, that is a huge difference. So again, straight out of the box, the SFX, little, it comes with a little more sweetness to make it competition ready. But guys, this thing, and this is the no bells and whistles, bare bones version of that, the SFL. And for my needs, guys, first of all, it's cheaper. I end up getting this on Buds and they did a price match for me. Ended up getting it from Buds for $381. $381. That was a cash price. And I believe Buds was selling the SFX for upwards of, I think it was $450 plus, if not more. Now you can find this gun, the SFL, for a lot more than what I paid for it at your various gun shops online or brick and mortar, which makes the SFX proportionately even more expensive. So I've seen the SFX go for 500 plus. So yeah, for me and my needs, again, I'm going to use it in IDPA competition, IDPA matches. I think, I haven't obviously had a chance to take to the range yet, but I think just based on my research, based on all the YouTube videos about this pistol and more on the SFX, I think I'm going to be very happy with it, and I believe that all of its features are going to suit me just fine in my matches. So that's it as far as the unboxing and the quick once over of the pistol and the kit, everything it comes with. So yeah, we'll get it out to the range, and we'll come back and talk more about its performance. Okay, so it's been about a week and a half since I shot the first part of this video. In that time, I have had a chance to take this gun to the range twice, as well as shoot it in an IDPA match. And I can tell you, I love this gun. It is an incredibly smooth shooter. I mean, you're dealing with a 5-inch slide. I'm not sure the exact dimensions. I believe it's right at 5 inches. So that's a lot of steel to slide back on you with each pull of the trigger. But it is incredibly smooth. The recoil is practically non-existent. You're really able to stay on target with accurate shots well. I put about at the range. I wanted to put a variety of different grain 9mm rounds through it. First time at the range, I could not find 147 grain ammo, so I took some 115 and some 124 grain NATO. Didn't really know there was a difference between NATO rounds and other. Didn't find that out until later on when I shot it in the IDPA match. But that's really neither here nor there. That's all they had at the store, so that's what I got. So some Winchester white box, 115 grain, some Winchester white box NATO, 124 grain, and like I said, I couldn't find any 147 that first time out. For me, ended up shooting more accurately, tighter groupings with the 124 NATO. Managed to find some 147. Went back out to the range. Just shot the 147, and it was also very nice. Pretty good groupings, but not as good for me, at least, as the 124. So I ended up shooting the 124 NATO at my IDPA match. I'm still not sure. I'll probably go back and forth and do a little more testing. I might end up using the 147. I really like the 147 grain in my Beretta 92G. That was my competition gun before this new Canik. I definitely think this is going to be my new competition gun. Very happy with it. But yeah, at the range, I probably put about 200 rounds, again, of a variety of grains, a variety of weights. 200 rounds, and then in the competition, the IDPA match, I probably put, give or take, about 80 rounds through. So we're looking at just shy, if not right at, 300 rounds. Zero failures whatsoever. Again, the gun shoots incredibly smoothly, very accurate. The magazines, and there's no ammo anywhere near this pistol, so everything is clear and safe. The magazines, I was super impressed with how smoothly these things loaded. I mean, they're like butter. You know, I put in first couple mags at the range. I only put 10 rounds in. That's division capacity for IDPA. So I was just kind of getting in the habit of loading up 10, shooting, and I would switch between 115, 124, and then ultimately that second time at the range over to the 147. But so started out loading 10, and it was effortless. Eventually I went up to loading full magazines, loading the full 18, and again, it got a little bit stiffer towards the end, but nothing too crazy at all. Just very impressed with the smoothness of these magazines. You know, and the trigger, I was also impressed with that. I know I mentioned before there was a lot of talk about how great this trigger is out of the box. I've had some IDPA guys say that it's the best polymer trigger out of the box that they've ever shot. I don't know about that. I don't know if I have as much experience as those guys, but I thought it was a pretty nice trigger. And so one of the best things about this trigger is it just has a phenomenal reset, which really allows you to stay on target and get more accurate follow-up shots quicker. It is phenomenal. Again, there's no ammunition anywhere around. Pull the trigger. And there is the reset. Click. I am barely moving that finger forward, and it's resetting. It is a very quick reset. I really like that a lot. Now I will say, at my IDPA match, I ran into some issues with that trigger. Mainly, it was because of that trigger safety. I found out at the range I didn't have any problems whatsoever. I was getting the pad of my finger on that finger safety every time. firing the pistol every time. At the match, I don't know if it was just the heat of the moment. It was also a flashlight match, lights out flashlight match, which meant a lot of one-handed shooting. I don't know if it was a combination of those things or what. I think that's pretty much what it was. That my adrenaline was up, and it was just kind of the heat of competition. But I found myself riding my finger too high on that trigger and not engaging that trigger safety, which wouldn't fire the pistol. And everything in IDPA is timed, and you know, I would pull the trigger, nothing would happen. You know, I got kind of flustered, wasn't really thinking that it was the trigger, thought maybe it was a jam or something. So I started working, you know, working the pistol the way you would if you're trying to clear a jam. And didn't really realize until after the fact that it was just I was riding that trigger too high, and I was not engaging the trigger safety. So that's not an issue with the trigger. That's not the trigger's fault. That's, you know, my fault. That's user error, and that's just inexperience with this platform. But I will gain experience the more I shoot this thing, and now, you know, I've learned from my mistake. I know that I need to really kind of let my finger ride along the bottom of that, the bottom of that trigger guard. Just let it skim across that trigger guard so that I go right into that trigger safety. So I'll practice that. But so it's really not the trigger's fault again. It's mine. But I did run into that problem at my match. Again, you know, zero failures at the range or during the match. The thing shot phenomenally. Again, very smooth. I am very happy with it. I did take the holster that we discussed with me. Had it oriented 90 degrees, just straight up and down. Wore it at 3 o'clock on my hip, so I was able to draw it very smoothly and very easily with this zero cant, you know, straight up and down. But this thing, again, you know, it's free. It came with the kit. You can take it or leave it, but for my needs, you know, for competition, it worked out great. It worked the way it was supposed to work. You know, it's just passive retention. I'm not running marathons with the thing. You know, it holds it in place. You know, in IDPA competitions, it's only in the holster at the start of each stage, at the start of each scenario. You draw from your holster, you go to work. When you're finished, you reholster. That's it. So you're not doing any running around, sprinting from, you know, from area to area, from cover to cover, or whatever, with the gun holstered anyway. You know, but that being said, it's the level of retention is you know, is just fine. You know, it's not coming out of that thing, especially when it's just in the holster, really in between stages. So I did use this holster, and I thought it was fantastic. It's free, it came with the kit, and I don't see any reason to spend my hard-earned money on another holster, tracking down another holster. This thing worked out great, met my needs just fine. What else, guys? I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm missing. Not really. You know, that's about it. The main point I want to drive home is that this new gun, my new competition gun, the Canik TP9 SFL, is phenomenal. I give it 2 thumbs up. Again, a very smooth shooter, very accurate shooter. I am pleased with it, and I'm going to keep training with it and keep using it in competitions, and you know, hopefully continue to get better and better with this gun. So check it out, guys. I highly recommend it, especially for competition shooting. If you guys like this video, if you got something out of this video, you know, please like me below. You know, check out my channel PoleArms, subscribe please, because I would like to continue providing you guys with different videos, different product reviews, gun reviews, gear, how-to videos, etc., etc. So keep coming back, and I'll keep putting out those videos, guys. So like and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I will see you next time. Bye.